because the relationships then there'll be a time when time draws you apart. Matter, it's still functions. So now we'll say, thanks for coming, Walding, and...
Hello, my name is Joe, and I'm an addict, which is a good thing. I mean, it's not a good thing to be, you know what I'm saying, but it's a good thing to know, and I know. When I was using everything. I drink, ingest, swallow, inhale, anything, except paint thinner, because one time paint thinner almost made me go temporarily blind. Since I was 14, the longest I'd ever been clean before this stretch was 48 hours, and that was because I was having my appendix out and my dealer couldn't find the hospital. This time I decided to get sober partly because of the fact that one of my kidneys broke on through to the other side, and partly because of the fact that I realized that when you're down there in the dirt and the mud and the shit, all anybody really cares about down there is themselves, and screw you, and what's in it for me, and that's not where I wanted to be anymore, you know what I'm saying? So I quit everything. Problem was, once I quit everything, I wake up every morning and not know what to, what I'm saying, do with myself. Like, what, should I, do? My girlfriend Pam said that's just how it felt to be normal, and I would get used to it. Of course, my getting used to it, that would be wishful thinking on Pam's part, because ever since I cleaned up, I've been able to, but I can't seem to, with Pam, it's just, I don't know, my heart's not in it. Of course, Pam says, it's not your heart I need in it. Pam's great. So I didn't know what to do, so I would just, do nothing and wait for like something to happen. But man, you can wait and you can wait. And, there's me every morning, looking out my dirty windows, school buses pass, church bells chime, ladies in new shoes, guys in ties with briefcases and elevators, the enormous world passing me by, Pam not getting any, me doing nothing. So I figure it's up to me to, step into my own life, you know what I'm saying, and make something happen. So I tried to, do a few things, get in touch with my old man and try and reconnect with him. I do a few, fix up things around the place, I called into a few of those phone-in radio shows. But see, I saw I needed really something bigger, like something I could really put myself into, something with a payoff that maybe was going to, change my life, something huge, see? So this one night I go to bed, and listen, I'm not the kind of guy who prays, okay, but sometimes I do, and when I do, I say, is anybody out there? And then, this one night I say, so is anybody out there? And then I say, could you please give me something to, what I'm saying, do? And well, the next morning I wake up and honest to, whatever, there it is in my head, like a gift, this one perfectly formed idea, which is a movie. Now, I don't mean an idea for a movie. I mean a whole entire, movie. I mean, this is like if you could plug a cable into my head and connect it to a screen, it will play the whole entire movie from credits to credits, just like that. I mean, excuse my French, but fuck me blind to call me Friday. Where did that come from? And then, so he makes this movie. And he goes on, and he makes the movie, and he gets real people in it, movie people in it, and it's a producer, and there's a premiere, and people love it, and all of a sudden he goes to the premiere and he realizes that he's been pushed out. He's been totally pushed out, and he's not getting any credit, and someone else is taking the credit, and he has an experience that people often have in the movie business. And at the end of the night of the premiere, he finds himself sitting in a bar, and he has a glass of wine in front of him, and he says, last week I was helping my old man move. He was moving out of his girlfriend's place into his own place. And I pick up this big box that was really heavy. And I said, what's in here? And he says, oh, they're my golfing trophies. I said, your what? He says, my golfing trophies. I didn't even know my old man golfed. I mean, who am I supposed to be if I can't be myself? And then there's a glass of wine, and he takes the drink. He drinks a mouthful of wine, and then he puts his head back, and then he spits the wine up into the air like this fountain, and then he's drunk the wine. And he says, it's the mists of Avalon, it's the fountains of Atlantis, it's the fires of Rome, it's the showgirls of Vegas, it's 5 minutes to midnight all night long, and I'm back. And I'm out of there, and I'm someplace else, someplace, me! And it's elbows on the bar, and a lovely creature at the taps, and she lives just upstairs. And what a wonderful record collection. America, bread. Crosby, Stills. I love Neil Young. And there's beer in the fridge and whiskey in the jar and hydro and a little wooden box on the coffee table and lots more where that came from. And 10 minutes later, it's in the bedroom and every pose of the Kama Sutra and every wish of the bone. And I'm not talking turkey. And then she's spent, but I'm still ready. I'm still up. I'm still gone. And I'm on the street and I'm down the alley with the boom, boom, boom where the DJ spins pure noise all night long. And there are no lineups in the can for all the lines you can do where every conversation fills you up and you're so right. And that's so true. And you're so smart and you're so funny and you're so pretty and you're so strong and you're so red and that's so blue. And you're so me and I'm so you and we're so us and go, go, go. And the upstairs bar and the downstairs lounge on the hand job in the back of the yellow cab. And thank you, sister, to the windowless back room and the soda can pipe that builds me a monument, a monolith, a mountain of midnight. And up the mountain I go until I'm at the top where there's a view, a heavenly vista, an all-round view of me, the way I should be. It's me, I'm finally back, I'm finally free, I am king of my... And then without warning, gravity's gone. And gravity does a lot. Gravity makes the stuff stay in your stomach. Gravity keeps your tongue from sticking to the roof of your mouth. Gravity lets your eyes close from time to time, but now my eyes are so wide open. I've got no circulation in my legs. All my organs are in my chest, and it doesn't feel very good, and I just want more, but more is not enough because nothing's enough because more is just more, and more is not enough, and Pam, I'm sorry! And then gravity's back with an angry vengeance, and down I come, back down to the mud, to the dirt, to the shit, back where I belong. And the sun comes up, and the party's over, and the credits roll, and I go home, and Pam is gone. And where's the payoff? And screw them, and what the hell's in it for me? Anyway, I guess today's the first day of the rest of my blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that's all. Thanks for listening. Thanks all. Thanks for listening. Thanks.
One of the things I wanted to talk about is this theme of monsters. So in Monster, there is this dream that Joe just describes, which is connected to a story that happens in the play.
Where we skip, but the movie that Joe makes is based on a story that actually occurs in the real world of the play.
Yes, and so the imaginary world of Joe's dream collides or sits like tracing paper almost over the real world story that's happening around. And in this story, there is this character who was introduced at the beginning by the name of Adam, but it's only revealed at the end. We're giving the play away, but still, if you ever get a chance to see it, we're giving the play away just to get to the point. But there's the character Adam who has killed his father in a rather brutal manner.
Which is become this story of the patricide is like an urban myth story that ends up becoming this movie that and this becomes this. But we actually realize that the narrator Adam is the boy of the perpetrator of the patricide. But we also meet the father. The week of the conception of the child and in fact the father Al is at the AA meeting where Joe just did his talk. So everything kind of connects and circles around one another.
Yeah, and so like with Who Killed Spalding Gray, the play you read this week, there are these intersecting stories that kind of weave in and out of each other. So you see a character and then you realize later, oh, this character is that character that I saw over here or I heard about, and now and there are these reveals throughout the play that you realize, and at the end you realize that the narrator that you met at the beginning is actually
an important character in the story.
Yes, and he is the killer.
The killer.
And so the monster lurks within the play through all of these different sort of sinewy pathways, but then also stands there right in front of us at the end.
And he's also a fetus, right? He's the narrator, but he hasn't yet been born. So all of this, also part of the monster is the idea that this is all yet to take place, and there's nothing that any of us can do about it to change it.
Right. So that's that ominous quality that we feel. And so, and also a wonderful example of the way that theater can use time, layer time, and basically time travel. And again, with very simple techniques of lighting, sounds, and performance, you can travel across time. And that's something that Daniel McIver is really good at.